You know what I
That's
mean? Like if
crazy.
you're behind
Yeah.
and then you multiply that by 70, you're
Yeah.
about 38 seconds behind, as
Yeah.
we've seen.
Yeah.
Big things have been happening
Yeah.
here lately. First of all, Merc is falling apart. Mercedes is what is are they done? Like, do they even have a chance anymore? I feel like the reign of Mercedes is completely over now.
Yeah.
And there's no coming back till 2026.
The regulations torpedoed them. I think
Right?
the downfall feels real, and it's only after week 1, but the alarm bells are going off on so many different
Oh,
directions
it's
right
bad.
now.
It's so bad.
It's not great.
What dude, what happened? So I saw this on Reddit. Shout out.
Shout out to Reddit.
Shout out to how I've now been wasting all of my time because
Yeah.
I turned on notifications and
Yeah.
I'm like, and I love it now.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
your
I
life
don't
is different now.
I hate notifications.
Yeah.
But for Reddit, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's see what this Formula One's talking about.
Yeah.
But apparently, Lewis was talking to them and was pretty adamant on like where there were pitfalls in the car and in the build and
Yep.
in the theory of the car. And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, they just didn't listen to him.
According to Lewis, that's what it was kind of wild. It was a quote that I was like, this seems a little out of character for Lewis. But yeah, in an interview, he said that, he knows a lot about these cars, obviously. He's, raced his whole life. He kind of just prefaced it with like, guys, I'm Lewis Hamilton. And goes right into saying that like these new cars that they doubled down this year on the same philosophy and the same car design from last year. And it's just not paying off. But he said they just didn't listen. And to me, that's crazy that he said that out loud, that it wasn't something that stayed internal. Mercedes has always been so good about squashing that internal alarm bells and, putting a good face forward. It's easy when you're absolutely dominating for a decade to make sure everyone falls in line. But it really kind of raised eyebrows, I think, because people are like, whoa, that's crazy. I can't believe Lewis would say something like that.
About his team.
Yeah, basically being like, the team messed up.
When you think of Lewis Hamilton, of course you think a little bit of like McLaren, but to me he is so synonymous with Mercedes that I can't see him anywhere else now.
No, and I don't think he can either. I think he's to the point where he's like, I'm here until I leave, and so I'm just gonna let him know this is what's going on. They're still those.
They're not terrible.
No,
but
no, they're just not there. And I think even with what we talked about last week, like they came into Bahrain, they did testing after the first race. They weren't that far off the gap, but in Formula One world, that is far off. They like saw I think they see the writing on the wall that this car
over 70 laps.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if you're behind and then you multiply that by 70, you're about 38 seconds behind, as we've seen.
Yeah. So the car needs to change, and whether they do that immediately or they just start focusing on 2024, people have said maybe they just ride it out and they don't even develop this car very much. I think they are bringing a new package to Jeddah, but it's not going to be like a major overhaul. So we'll see. But again, it's like, it just is such a mess over there.